Hi, and welcome back to Mbuya Nyamkuta Glass Table Talk. I'm Connie.
Tari.
Tadzoka futhi nenyaya third trimester. We promise to come back to talk about psychosocial issues. What do we mean when we say psychosocial issues? Over to you, Tari.
Right, so this encompasses a lot of things. We talk about anxiety, we talk about myths, misconceptions, everything is encompassed in that. And this is so we just want to touch a bit, and then in the next episodes in a birth preparedness manage it's very broad, but we're just going to touch a bit about my psychosocial issues. And so first I want to talk about anxiety, right? Pregnancy can be such a scary thing to some people, especially first-time mothers. Oh, but maybe that person might have gone through a traumatic pregnancy or a traumatic birth. The way her labor was, it was horrible. She was in a lot of pain. She did not really get good management from maybe an ambuya, from the hospital. That can be so traumatic. So it all makes somebody to be really, really anxious, especially when they're towards giving birth. So because of this, it will trigger a lot of fears, and it can actually be admitted because of my anxiety, because they will tend to really be bad, and someone might not even cope. Someone might fail to sleep. Maneru might have like panic attack, my nightmares, my panic attack. The worst things are going to happen to my baby. We all go through those things. Try to like my antenatal classes, and if you go to my antenatal classes, anytime you go to question and answer, always find one now. Talk to Mbuya Nyamkuta. Ask us, kanone my fears are in our kanone munori close to kumba. Find someone to talk to so that you allay that anxiety. So the anxiety in it are better, because more anxiety you momo don't know so chikarwa na high blood pressure. And in the third trimester we're saying kuti munema a lot of hormonal activity, meaning kuti high blood pressure can go up, it might be pretty bad, it can complicate to yatkambotaro the eclampsia it will be so bad uncontrollable, and it will affect the baby. Because we want to take the baby out as quick as we can. So those are some of the things that you might go through. Anxiety is something that we really need to talk about, because it can be quite bad. It can cause a lot of things, anxiety.
Whilst you're on anxiety, it can predispose the mother to postnatal depression as well.
That's true.
So psycho, like Tari has said, it encompasses things that are happening psychologically. Social is the things that in our social circles. So whatever in the social circles impacts psychologically on you, and the way we perceive things, the myths that we grew up knowing, what we've been told, what we've not been told. The biggest thing is, if you're looking for positivity, go to people who talk positively. As women, I've realized, I've even done it unknowingly, and sometimes without engaging my thinking brain, I would just go into, oh my God, my pregnancy was so horrible. And you'd see that this person who's newly pregnant is looking at me thinking, she's quite a grown woman, and if it was that bad, am I going to cope? Then I will have to chastise myself in the background thinking, engage your mind before you speak. So it's, if you are talking to people who've had babies before, maybe to talk to them and say, tell me the positive things about pregnancy. Try to say the positive things that you met, not the most horrible things, because the most horrible things to someone who's already anxious really, really works on their mind that they won't even be able to cope. I've seen people progressing from postnatal depression to postpartum psychosis because of those fears that were planted well before the baby was born. And coupled with hormones and everything happening in pregnancy, it can escalate to so many things. Tichipa ipapo panye anxiety. Let's talk about a hot subject, which we've discussed a lot of times, which we are going to discuss again. Do we really need to take mishonga yemaso? Remember, a woman's body, naturally, physiologically, a woman's body is designed to give birth. Do we need to aid nature? Maybe. Do we not need to? Sometimes if we take a stand back and just let your body do what it was meant to do. Like we said, I think we did a live visit study where we talked about those things do work, but how much, what's the dosage? And we all know that if you take things in the wrong doses, they can cause damage. People have bled, and unfortunately there's been incidences of loss of life because amaiwanegwa bleed aesthetic because wakamwa African pitocin yakanyanyisa and chibereko chiya chinenge chakuzostruggle kuita sei chakuzostruggle ku contractor. Or you can have a very, very bad tear. You can have perineal tears ekuti unogona kubvaruka from bottom, from front to bottom. And matezi are in, as much as the doctors will do their best to put them together, they've got repercussions in life. So it's things that we really have to think about. Kuti kana ndikabvaruka zvangu ndikaiswa mastichika mastichi waya arikusonwa in a way yekuti I can be functional and go on to have 3, 4, 5 other babies. But ndikazomwa mushonga wekuti unozosiya wandibvarura kudaroka, it's going to impact on your sex life. It's going to impact. Some people end up with fecal incontinence. Some people end up with fistulas. It's got a lot of things. So before you put that cup to your mouth and take that African pitocin, really think about all these things we are talking about. If there were dosages, if these things came in dosages, we would ask you, mama kappa akati, but we really don't know. And physiologically, if you look at it, what's the benefit behind this? You're not going to get benefit here, and this in labor for so long, but it's going to have lifelong implications. So you really have to think about these things.
Then we were talking about what happens to Amaya and Dite. On the baby as well, the baby can be affected. You can also lose your baby because of these excessive contractions. Because remember, we said we don't know the dose. These are just gigantic contractions that you have just taken in and your body is unable to cope, right? Imagine your baby being squashed and not having a break to breathe, being squashed. So the baby will end up not managing because the baby needs to, when you have a contraction, the baby is squashed. And then after a contraction, the baby is released, the baby breathes. Right.
Let me give you an example whilst we're on that. Imagine you're swimming underwater.
Yeah.
You can only swim underwater for so long before you surface for a breath. Yeah. You swim for a little bit, you dip down underwater. So imagine someone keeping your head underwater. That's exactly what we mean when we say the baby is being squashed and there is no oxygen coming. It can only manage to cope for a bit longer before that baby starts on the step ladder to death. So some of these things we really have to think seriously about them before we take this advice from the society, from Anambuya. Do you know with Anambuya what I've realized with Anambuya vandunoziva inini? If you really sit down with them and explain things to them, kuti aiwa kudhara zvaidai vanoti saka kunga kuri kusatoziva kamuzukuru, saka mazuva ano zvakuitwa sei? Vamwe Anambuya all they need is to be schooled about these things. Pano vamwe vane nharo, but pano vamwe vanotonzwisisa futi.
So imagine tiri kumarathon, watasa nefinishing line, and then obva decide kuti give up. This is like the first trimester, the second trimester, the third trimester. Body yawangu achisiya ichita zvese zvairi kuita. Wasvika pekupedzisira wakuda kushandisa masuwo. For the why? Handiti pesa pa body yedu yanga ichizviita yega. So why not just let your body just do it?
Do the thing it has been doing all along. Yeah. A woman's body, I think I've written it on Facebook, a woman's body is phenomenal. It can grow a baby within it. From a seed of mustard, remember what we said, to a human being, anobudari, at least 1 kg, 2.5, 3 kgs, some 4, some 5 kgs. A woman's body can do that. And a woman's body is got the ability to push that baby into the world. A woman's body has got the ability to feed that baby. Saka, if you can trust your body to do all these things, why are you not having faith in your body doing these processes by itself? Because your body is original. Yakagadzirwa iri OG. It can give you everything that was supposed to be done by the body. Kana zvazoramba wakandopa ipati panopindira machiremba kutaura kuti zvaramba izvi pamwe mwana akakurisa ngatiende kutheatre munoitwa cesarean section mwana aitira tsvina mudumbu zvazodai. But first of all, have faith in your own body. Pregnancy is not meant to scare women. It's meant to empower women and reaffirm the notion that a woman's body is born to do this. I don't know if you want to add anything.
That's why you can say my interventions and to my interventions kana pane reason. Kana ndichita my interventions, we're saying things like ma kuinjuswa, ma cesarean section. There's always a reason. And muna anoinjuswa because of something. Muna anoitwa cesarean section because of something. We always give your body the chance,
the best possible chance.
If we've seen kuti your body has tried and the times tinogona kukupa kana maybe 2 hours again kuti regai tione kuti zvazvadai so regai timbompa 2 hours toona kuti achaita sei pa 2 hours. When all have failed ndo patinozoti okay fine ngatichitry ish. But tine so much faith with your body zvoti we just don't jump kuti atakutoenda kutheatre takuti even mwana akaitira tsvina mudumbu dzimwe tinotomusiya kuti as long as mwana hana yake iri kurova zvakanaka regai tiregedze leba ichita sei ichifamba yakadaro kunze kuti tikazoona kuti mwana hachafema zvakanaka manje ndo patinoita sei patinozokurumidza kubudisa mwana. But dzimwe nguva mwana anoitira tsvina mudumbu but otozvarwa achitochema zvise zviri right
asina
chinombomunetsa handiti. But tikazosanganisa manje kuti macontractions azara pamwana azviitira tsvina mudumbu already, that's something else.
That's a recipe for disaster. Saka, if there is any word we can spread is it's time to draw back from Yadzema Swedes. It's time to draw back. There is the natural way you can do to stretch your perineum, which is called perineal massage. You can Google it. We've put up quite a few posts on Facebook on how to do perineal massage, just to get your perineal muscles used to be stretched. You can use soap, you can use oil. If it's too difficult for you to reach, you can ask your partner to do it. Someone told me they asked their mother to do it. I wouldn't ask my mom to do it, but if you're comfortable with your mother to do it, ask your mother to do it for you. Ask your partner to do it. It's been there before, so it shouldn't be too foreign for him to do that. So on that note, I think we have to do another session for the other little topics we want to talk about. We are just continuing on the psychosocial things to prepare for the day you are going to go into labor.
And don't forget kuti bag rera tofana ngeta tagadzira manje bag. The baby bag should be ready, the hospital bag should be ready, and all the documentation that you should be having.
Bhuku rako rekuskero
should be having it.
Tofanirwa kunge tiri kuziva ma-blood groups by now. Mari yetransport tinayo here. Child care takagadzira here kana uine mumwe mwana. Ndiana achakuperekedza kuhospital. Makataurirana here because nhomba haina musi nenguva. From 37 weeks ziya kuti anytime. And actually anytime in the third trimester because mwana anogona kuzvarwa ari preterm. Saka kungogara kana iri neighbor kugara wakaiudzwa kuti kana chachaya mwana ndiri kutozosiyako. So izvozvo tunhu twakadaro itiko kunyanya mari yetransport, bag, madocuments, kuziva blood group, kugara makagadzirira child care kana paine vamwe vana vadiki kana ana gogo vachinge vauya kuzochengeta vana votongoziva kuti vakusara nevana ende ndiana achandiperekedza kuhospital. So I think that's about it. So thank you very much for watching Bia Nyamkuta Glass Table Talk.
See you next time.
Thank you.